Hello, my name is Chad Stotler, and I'm an adult services librarian at the Westlake Porter Public Library. This year, during the week of September 20th through 26th, our Health Fair Week has gone virtual. During this week, we have many great programs lined up for you to enjoy from the comfort of your own home. Throughout the week, there are live yoga classes you can join in on. On Monday, presenters from the Cleveland Hearing and Speech Center will join us to discuss hearing health. On Tuesday, September 22nd, we have a presenter who will present information on digital and emerging health technology. Other program topics will include brain health and genetics. Also, don't forget to sign up for the Healthy Living Challenge for a chance to earn points and win some great prizes. You can sign up by visiting the Health Fair page on the library's website or print out a paper log to keep track of your activities and points. More information on these and other great programs and to register for any program can be found at www.westlakelibrary.org/health-fair. So today I'm going to discuss some great health and medicine databases you can access through the library. These databases can be used here in the library or at home on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. All the databases provide high-quality information in a variety of formats, such as newspaper or magazine articles, peer-reviewed journal articles, and even videos. These databases and many more can be found by going to the library's webpage at www.westlakelibrary.org. You'll want to click on Research at the top of the page, followed by Databases and Subscriptions. You can scroll down until you find a Health and Medicine heading for databases. If you're using a smartphone or other device with a small screen, you may need to click on 3 lines on the right-hand side of the screen to begin accessing databases. Just as a word of caution, these databases are provided for informational purposes only and should not replace the treatments and advice prescribed to you by your doctor or other trained medical professionals. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi, the first database I wanted to talk about was Health Information Translations. As I mentioned earlier, the way to get to the databases is first by clicking on Research, then Databases and Subscriptions, and as you scroll down, you'll come to the Health and Medicine heading. Here you'll find a list of the databases that the Westlake Porter Public Library offers. And Health Information Translations is a wonderful website to begin with. The database is geared for foreign language speaking groups. Ohio is home to many of these groups, and the database is geared for limited English proficiency groups. Through a partnership with the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, Mount Carmel Health System, Ohio Health, and Nationwide Children's Hospital, they created this database. Their goal was to create plain language health education resources for doctors and other health workers working in communities with limited English speaking capabilities. When a topic is chosen, such as diabetes or nutrition or exercise, a researcher will review the most current and authoritative information on the topic. The researcher will write up a summary about the topic and making sure it is written at a 7th grade level or below, which will then be reviewed by a medical professional who may make suggestions or corrections as needed. The article is then given to a staff person or translating service to render the document into other languages. The article is then retranslated back into English to check for accuracy and word choice and matched against the English language original. Finally, the dual language article, with English on one side and the foreign language on the other, is uploaded to the database. These materials are reviewed and updated as needed, or at least every 4 years. This database can be an invaluable resource for those looking for medical information for non-English speakers. So if you see here, you can search by health topic. So let's select disaster preparedness. and we can just click on power outages. Here you can see that this article on power outages has been translated into several different languages, such as French, Japanese, or Korean. And if you click on one of the languages, let's select Arabic, you'll see what these articles look like. So here's the English language on the left and Arabic on the right. So for people, if you are helping a patron or helping somebody in your neighborhood who has trouble speaking English, or if you need to get information to that person, this is a great website to help bridge that gap of language. The next database I wanted to discuss is Consumer Health Complete. The database is specifically geared for non-medical professionals, like the name implies, consumers. You can expect to find information written and presented in easy to understand language and format. So as you can see, the database is available here from the Westlake Porter Public Library. If you're accessing this database from home, you'll need to enter your library card number and select the library, Westlake Porter Public Library, before you can gain access. But once you've entered that information, this is what the screen looks like. There are multiple ways to search this database. On the main page, in the box labeled Find, you can enter a condition or symptom to search. For this one, let's try knee pain. And it also gives you some suggestions for an autocomplete. And while it's doing its search, you can see that it brings up the results, and the results are divided between all results, evidence-based reports, reference books, facts, sheets, and pamphlets, news and magazines, drugs and herbs, images and diagrams, and video animations. So you can select the tab to view more information underneath each one of those sections. And while this is loading up, this is a good way that it helps break down the information into something that you might want to be able to find more easily. So let's go back to home here. In the top right here under Quick Find, there are diseases listed alphabetically. So if we tap on one of the letters, let's bring up A. It brings up a whole list of different conditions and diseases that begin with the letter A. And so it's the same way for B and C and the rest of the alphabet. Under search by topic, it has various topics that are present. So if we select something like oral care, it'll bring up all the information we could find. We can search under only the topic oral care. So we can search for cavity, and it'll bring up all the information that this database provides for cavity under oral care, if it ever wants to work. All right, well, it's not cooperating with us today, but what will happen is you get a screen like you had earlier with the different things like the journal art, like medical articles, newspaper, magazine articles, pamphlets, encyclopedia, or other reference books. So again, this is Consumer Health Complete, and this is a database that's geared for consumers to get you information in a format and way that's easy for you to understand. Thank you. Hello, the next database I wanted to talk about, which is available from the Westlake Porter Public Library, is the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. As you can see, the CDC website is listed underneath the Health and Medicine databases through the library. I have the CDC opened in another tab already. The CDC was founded in 1946. It was originally known as the Communicable Disease Center, and its mission was to prevent the spread of malaria across the United States. Later, the mission of the CDC expanded to combat not just malaria, but other communicable diseases. With that mission in mind, the CDC became one of the preeminent centers in the world. In line with that expanded mission, the CDC website offers up-to-date information on not just the most pressing health concerns in the U.S. and around the world, but a whole range of information on other communicable diseases and health issues. The website features information on a variety of topics such as healthy living, vaccines and vaccine schedules, travel advisories, and emergency preparedness. So as you can see, they have several listing headings across the top: diseases and conditions, healthy living, traveler's health, and more. So if you go to a heading like traveler's health, you can see what sort of warnings there are for different destinations, travel notices, or clinic or disease directory, and a yellow book. So let's click on travel notices. Here you can see you can search by a specific illness or a country in general. So let's try something like dengue fever. And we'll click return. And down here you'll notice that it gives you information on the risk levels of dengue fever in the Americas, Africa and the Middle East, and Asia and Pacific Islands. And it gives you the warning levels, what they mean. And if you click on one of these headings down here, we'll select dengue in Africa and the Middle East. It gives you information of what to expect, what it is, which countries it's most prevalent in at this point, and what you as a traveler can do to protect yourself while you are traveling to those different parts of the world. So let's go ahead and go back to the home page. They have information on healthy living. If you click on vaccines and immunizations, it gives information, recommended information for what shots and when and how often children and adults should have. You can click on any of these pictures below to get more information, and then also recommendations for specific groups of people, such as travelers or people with specific diseases and conditions, refugees and immigrants. There's a Spanish language website. So besides offering information on the most up-to-date and most current health issues around the world, such as the coronavirus pandemic and other issues that would affect people traveling, it offers information on healthy living and what you can do to take care of yourself. One final set of databases that I wanted to talk about were the Merck Manuals. Merck Manuals are one of the world's most widely used medical information resources. The Merck Manuals have committed to making the best current medical information accessible by up to 3 billion healthcare professionals and patients on every continent by 2020. The manuals are available in a consumer version for patients, parents, and caregivers, and a professional version for medical professionals and students. So we'll go ahead and you can see once again that it is listed under the health and medicine databases at the Westlake Porter Public Library. So I'll go ahead. We have Merck Manuals opened up here. Immediately we have three options. You can have a professional version, and what that's going to do is that's going to provide medical information written for other medical professionals. So there you would expect to see a lot more clinical language, a lot more scientific language that isn't always accessible to the average consumer looking for information about a specific disease or illness or condition that they may have. The consumer version will take that information that usually for professionals and put it into a format that is easy for non-medical or non-scientific people to understand. So I'll go ahead and click on consumer version. And here you see across the top there are a whole range of subjects that you can pick from health topics, symptoms, emergencies, drug information, resources, news, and then the About section discusses what the Merck Manual is. Also, there are health topics and chapters that you can choose from, so let's select D, and it has a listing of everything that comes under the heading for the letter D. Also, if we go back, you'll see that they have veterinary manuals. This in case your four-legged friend happens to get hurt or injured or has some disease, you have a resource at your hands that can help you understand what's going on with your cat or dog or rabbit. It'll also give you information about any drugs that your veterinarian may be prescribing to you. So we can see how that differs a little bit from what is available in the consumer manual. So if we click on E, or let's go back to D here, you see that it has information on dairy calves, cattle, health management, deafness in animals, decongestants, degenerative arthritis in small animals. So you can see that the headings are different than what we had seen in the consumer health version. So this is a good resource. It is known worldwide. It's really one of the gold standards in the professional literature for getting health information. So this would be a great place to start, a good place to get any information that you might need on concerns for yourself or for your animals at home. Once again, thank you for listening to this video or watching this video. My name is Chad Stotler, and please remember to go to the Westlake Porter Public Library webpage. Visit the page for the Virtual Health Fair Week, which is September 20th through 26th. Remember to sign up for the Healthy Living Challenge to earn points and win chances and have chances to win some great prizes. Thank you. Bye.